Well, good afternoon. Welcome to Sports Talk with Big J. Coming to you live from Plainfield, Illinois. Hey, I want to talk to you about the NBA. Favorite subject. Y'all see the games last night? Had a lot of good games, some surprising scores, but overall, it's the season has started off, pretty exciting. Looking at last night, yeah, the 76ers finally coming through with a nice win over the Pacers. 120 to 106. Seems like James Harden is kind of being consistent. You had the Raptors beating the Heat. Now that's kind of surprising. But the Raptors are hanging in there. The Heat, a lot of people are surprised about them. They got Tyler Hero in the starting lineup. He seems to be scoring fairly well and consistently. Let me see, what did he shoot? Well, he was 8 for 18. Adebayo was 4 for 14, so he had an off shooting night. Butler 8 for 15. Matt Strus 3 for 14, so he had an off night. So they had some off night in shooting. Probably the reason why they lost. On the other hand, Toronto, Van Fleet, 24 points. Gary Trent Jr., 18. Siakam, 23. So, their record is 2-2. The Heat is actually 1-3, only won one game. Okay, then we had the Knicks. Knicks are 2-1 on the season so far. Beat the Magic 115 to 102. Seems like Randall is, trying to make a nice, comeback from last season. He had 25 points, 12 rebounds. Brunson, 21 points. RJ Barrett, 20 points. So, let me see. Where's D Rose? Derrick Rose only played 8 minutes. Okay. Brunson shot 8 for 16. Randall was 10 for 19, had a good shooting night. Barrett, not too good a shooting night, 7 for 19. But they won. And then, this is kind of surprising to me, the Boston Celtics lost to the Chicago Bulls, 120 to 102. Wow. Well, what happened there? Jaylen Brown had 21, Tatum 26. Marcus Smart 11, so that's... Let me see, off the bench they got 12 points from Malcolm Brogdon. Let me see what kind of shooting percentage they had. Marcus Smart was 4 for 6. Derek White 2 for 8. Horford 3 for 7. Tatum 8 for 18, and Jaylen Brown 8 for 23. So it looks like they didn't have that great of shooting night. They're 3-1. That was their first loss of the season so far for the Celtics. They're 3-1. Bulls are 2-2. Now I know the Lakers and the Clippers played last week, but I want to talk a little bit about that because listen to a lot of commentary on the Lakers and the Clippers game, and of course, Westbrook is getting a lot of abuse. Los Angeles Lakers were up 98-90 when Russell Westbrook checked back in the game. Then the Portland Trail Blazers went on a 16-6 run to win 106-104. That looks bad, doesn't it? Poor Westbrook. Now, seriously, and I saw somebody mention this fact close to the end of that game. Russell, Westbrook had shot what was considered an ill-advised, mid-range jump shot with, I think it was only 30-some seconds to go, and 17 seconds in the shot clock, 17 or 15 seconds in the shot clock. And people were thinking that was an ill-advised shot, and it was. He's not a good shooter to begin with anyway. It looked like he was trying to play hero ball, and he shouldn't have taken that shot. But what one of the, and this might have been a call-in fan, brought out the fact, or maybe I saw this on the internet, brought out the fact that there were a number of shots that were ill-advised. They actually showed LeBron, taking a step back, side step, three-pointer. It barely hit the rim right before Westbrook had taken that shot. Patrick Beverly had taken a wide open or 3-point shot, barely hit the rim, which was ill-advised. I don't know why in today's game these people will not, especially when the game is close and then the seconds are ticking off. Why are people not forcing, getting to the foul line? I just don't get that at all. Get the ball, instead of having LeBron dribbling out on the perimeter, why aren't you posting up in that kind of a situation? Now, I know one reason is, the middle is all clogged up, because of the shooting problems, with the Lakers, but still, you have a better chance of creating a foul if you at least attempt to, go to the hole, get to the basket. And I just don't understand why they really didn't do that in, that circumstance. Really didn't make make a lot of sense to me. So, there were others who, they lost that game not just because, although Westbrook was a big part of that, it wasn't just because of him, that they lost. So, the other reason to me they lost is, and this is where it gets into coaching, was, and this is the last game where the Blazers, Portland Trail Blazers game with the Lakers. This is one where I think their defense was off in allowing Dame to get off his shot. Why they double team, try to get the ball out of his hands? I don't understand that. So, and as a matter of fact, I guess I misspoke. The shots that LeBron, Beverly, and Westbrook were taking and to close the game, that was with the Trailblazers, and that wasn't with the Clippers. So I had the wrong team on there. I should have been Trailblazers. Mm-hmm. So, at any rate, Lakers should have won that game. And so the Trailblazers are off to a 3-0 start. And the Lakers are 0-3. Now, the other interesting game was the Nets and the Grizzlies. I kind of thought the Nets were going to be one of the main teams in the East to beat. On paper, I thought Ben Simmons was going to help them. I guess he fouled out last night, although I don't think he should have fouled out because that was a pretty dumb call to me. But fact is that he did, foul out. So that's the way it goes in that type of situation. But the Nets had good games from both Kyrie and Durant. Both of them scored, big. Today 24. Yeah, both of them scored big. I think Durant had something like 37 points. Kyrie, I think, had 37. And but they still lost. You had Durant with 37, shot well, 14 of 20. Irving shot 14 of 24. course, Ben Simmons only scored 7 points, had 8 assists, but off the bench, not very much. Joe Harris only scored 8 points. Patty Mills only scored 6 points. So, on Memphis side, Payne, wow, 38 points. Ja Morant, 38 points. Steven Adams had 17. Let me see, Payne was 14 of 21. Ja Morant was 12 of 22. So they both had good shooting nights. Bane was 8 for 11 on threes. He was on fire. He was throwing them up from all over the place and making his 3-point. Ja Morant was 4 for 6 from 3. So he shot a good percentage. Look at the turnovers. Ja only had 2 turnovers. Bane 1. So, but you know, this is what I always say is that you need more than your stars to do well. You got to have someone off the bench. And this is just proof where you had Durant and Irving both having good games, but they didn't have anything off the bench. So you end up losing. So it takes more than a big 2, takes more than a big 3. You got to have the bench. Because what happens is the bench has to be able to keep you in the game. And, you know, if you build up a lead with the starters, the bench has to come in and hold that lead or extend it. So, you know, this is the thing that I think most people forget about. And, you know, that's why they have this incorrect perception of what a super team is. They think if you got 3 great players, then that's a super team. And I say no. It's not, because you got to have a bench. You got to have more than the stars. So, now, one thing I wanted to talk about, it's amazing to me how people think. And it's so much
fat people believe
what I call
and speedos on the beach.
NBA nonsense.
You're demonizing the fat.
What I call
I'm
NBA
fat.
nonsense going around. And I saw an article by, you know, Jason Whitlock, who, you know, is a LeBron
I should not wear
hater.
on the beach or even in the comfort of my living room.
Saying that, you know, LeBron is ruining the game. And I was looking at some of the comments, you know, on his post.
The biggest lie in America
it was
is the belief that
really fascinating, because some people were saying that they stopped watching the game, the NBA, because of LeBron. And I'm thinking, what kind of sense does that even make? How do you stop watching the whole sport because of one player? It's just astonishing to me that somebody could take that opinion. Yeah, I can say, okay, you hate the one player, so don't watch him. But it's 29 other teams, and you telling me that you won't watch those other great players, Curry or, Ja, Luka, because you don't like LeBron? That's what I call nonsense. NBA nonsense. There was, let me see. I was trying to look at some of these comments. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Jason Whitlock says LeBron James' pursuit of Kareem should be a big deal, a really big deal. It won't garner near the attention and celebration it should because LeBron has damaged the popularity of basketball. What does that mean? One of the readers of that article wrote in his comments, I've been a Laker fan since 1988, and I've never missed a single minute of a Laker playoff game until we signed LeBron. The year we won the title with LeBron, I didn't watch a single minute and won't. He's bad for the sport, and I can't stomach his constant politics. I'll get back to watching the Lakers when he's gone. Unbelievable. Another guy wrote, I think it should be far less of a deal than people are making of it already. He's chasing it for himself, playing extra garbage time minutes just to pad his stats, and couldn't care less about winning these past 2 seasons. Not to mention the league he has played in is soft and high scoring as is. Apply the point inflation and amount of time to do it, and it's not even close. He is a great for 2 reasons: incredibly gifted and well-rounded basketball player, and insane longevity playing at this level. Now, what does that mean? He's chasing it for himself, playing extra garbage. When has the Lakers had any garbage time minutes? They've only played 3 games, 2 of them which were very close. Ooh, what haters hate. They just make up stuff. Another guy says, I have given up watching the NBA a few years ago. The game became political in my eyes, and the officiating too controversial. I just don't get it. Another guy right. Nobody cares what LeBron does anymore. He should have retired. Now he is just a compiler. Has been collecting an absurd paycheck for maybe leading a once glorified proud franchise to a first round exit. Well, I guess this has become so common, I shouldn't really worry about all these kind of comments, 'cause I read them all the time, so you really can't fight it. So so anyway, going forward, get ready for, games coming up tonight. Who we got? Got the Wizards and the Pistons, Pelicans, and Mavericks. Now, the only thing I think on the Pelican side, they got some injuries. Brandon Ingram, I think, has been catching protocol. Zion Williamson had that rough fall, and he may not play. I don't know. Then you got the Clippers and the Thunder. Oh, we got the Warriors and the Suns. That's going to be good. Both of these teams are 2-1 on the year. So that's the late game. So we'll see how those go. So anyway, that's all for now. I'll check y'all tomorrow.